In the previous tutorial, we learned a spawn bus. So in this tutorial, I have this fountain and I'll just delete the spawn rate. And the next spawning module, we have spawn particle from other emitter. That is very important and it has lots of settings. So let's use it, but not in this one. So in this one, I'll just use spawn rate and make it like 5. So we have these 5 particles spawning and let's rename this red. Okay, and also make these particles red, hot. So we have these particles spawning from this red emitter. So if you have other emitter like this fountain, which I will rename green and make the particle also green. And let's delete the velocity and shape. So your particle spawning just on the spot and you can delete all this. So now the green particle not spawning and I want these particles to spawn and take the position and other parameters from the red particles. So now you can click here and go to spawn and you can use this spawn particle from other emitter. Just take this. After this, it will show you some issue, but first thing you have to do, just type here the name red. You can use the same emitter green, but in this case, I will use the red. Then just fix it. When you fix this issue, there will be one more new module here, which has lots of settings. So now you can see these green particle following the red particle. So here the first setting is the name of source emitter, which is my red. The second option is spawn rate. You can increase this like 100. Third option is calculate spawn rate per particle. I'll just tell you what is this. So the next option is the particle capping, which is the total particle of like in the green emitter. So like if you have 1,000 particle here and you decrease this one, still we will just see the 10 particles at a time in each emitter because this is capping. So you need to just make this spawn rate descent and you need to increase this capping. So this capping is actually the whole particle in the green system. Then if you don't want this thing, you can just unclick it and now this 100 particles is all the particles in all in this green system because this is not calculating per particle. Now you can increase this and it will increase the all particles together. Okay. The next option is spawning enable. This is just a boolean. You can just tick off and it will not spawn the green particle. You can tick on. Okay. Then the next option is minimum spawn threshold and maximum spawn threshold. What is this? Now the green particle following the red particle all the time throughout the age. If you turn this on, now green particle will not follow the particle from 0 to 0.33 age till the 1. So if like you make this 0 and make this 0.3, the green particle only follow the red particle for the 0.5 life. Okay. So this is not very important here. It is important here. That works pretty well. So you can just disable these. So all the settings cleared in this one and then it has spawn group. I have cleared the spawn group in my previous spawn video, spawn buzz, spawn rate. You can check that it is just a mask. If you have a spawn group 0, you can link it with anything. Okay. Then the spawn particle from the other emitter in here. So the first option is just, it is a sampling mode. It will not change anything much here visually. So if you choose random, it will look kind of same. I'm just taking the random distribution or thing. You just need to use it sequence. Then the reject particle by sample here, it is here and it is very important like here, but it is for emitter and it is for particle spawn. So if you just turn this on, it is kind of same thing. If you make this 0 and make this like 0.5, initial 0.5 duration green will take from the red, then they will leave, and it is very, very important. And why is it important? If you want particle only spawn at the depth of green or depth of the red particle, you can do that. So it goes 0 to 1 because it is normalized. So you can use 1 and 0.9 here. So minimum 0.9 and maximum 1. So almost when the the red particle dying, the green particle spawning. It's like they are about to death and the particles are spawning. Cool. I'll just turn this on. Then it has the reject particle of the sample index invalid, just leave it tick on. Then reject the particle on sample particles first frame. So you just, if you tick it, the green particle will not spawn in the first frame. So that's it. So the next option here, the position. So by default, it is applied. That's why the green particle is taking the red particle position. If you disable it or if you use the output only, things will change. Green particle will not use the red particle position. If you disable it, it will completely disable. If you use output only, what will happen? If you go here and see what it's writing and go down, it's writing this parameter, which one is for the position, sample position. You can still use it to use the red particle position. You can just here type the position and drag it here, then type the sample position and drag it here. It's like the same thing. Okay, you were applying here before, but now you are applying it here. So better is just to apply here. Okay. Then the next thing is velocity sample. It is like a inherit velocity. So red particle have some velocity. If you want that velocity to inherit, you can apply this. See, you can increase this or you can make it negative. Cool, very useful. Then you can use the same color from the red particle. If you apply this, my trail will be red. But even still, you can tweak it if you want like alpha not very strong. You can make this softer. See, the source particle are brighter, but the trail is softer because we have tweaked the alpha. And similarly, you can increase here the color settings. Then the life. So if you use the same life and same life, same age and same life, at the moment when the red particle are dying, the green particle will die at the same time. See, it's cool. It is very useful sometimes. When you're shooting something, your source particle dying, you want all the trail should die with that. It's very useful. Then mass is the same thing. Material random, we are not using any material random. Then we have size. If you apply this, so in the red particle, if I make the very small size and very big, you can see the trail size also like same. So with the small particle, we have a small particle trail. With the bigger particle, we have bigger particle trail. Very useful. And similarly, this size, you can use anything like rotation, facing, scale, and dynamic parameters. You can use anything. And here, one is very important, particle ID sample, very useful when you're using ribbons. So basically, if you don't use this sprite in the red one and you use ribbon, so ribbon has some issues. If you want to solve it, you have to do two things. First thing, in the source, you need to go properties and click here on the require persistent ID. Then the second thing, you need to go to this sample particle from other and go down in the ID, use here this, and also I think they have said you need to put the life constant, not random, but I see it's fixed in Unreal Engine 5.3 because it's working with the random life. It's cool if it's working. Okay. In the previous versions, if you use random life in the ribbon, it's kind of weird, but it's working. So I think this is clear now. Bye bye.